Okay, so here is the very first lighthearted Nightmare on Elm Street sequel or movie in the franchise. So, spoiler warning. Now, but I'll admit that it does have a cool idea when you when it comes to explaining what the plot is. Basically, there's we meet Kristen who was being attacked by Freddy, and then she gets admitted into this hospital along with other kids, and it turns out they're all the last of the Elm Street children, and Nancy comes back into the fold, and mentor them into their fight against Freddy, and this time they get to really master some abilities in their dreams, like where it can where their dreams can be weaponized against Freddy, against what they fantasize to be and whatnot. Like how you fantasize to be somebody else that you're not, and then you can do that in your dreams. So that's what they're doing here. I mean, that's an interesting route to take, but it didn't. I guess the results weren't that satisfying to me, but it was still a cool idea to go with. But and also I gotta say, and also Nancy's dad comes into the fold too, and I gotta say the most fucked up thing that Freddy's done in any of these movies is the way he summons Joey. I mean, disguising himself as the nurse he has a massive crush on, and getting him tongue tied to the bed. I mean, oh man, that is a new low even for Freddy Krueger. Oh boy, and that's where you get the sense that he is also a bit of a child molester too. I mean, in these movies he's a child murderer, but he's a pervert. Why do you think people reference him when they say when someone acts perverted? And also and then we start to see this nun that appears from scene from every other scene in the movie. You're like, okay, who is this woman? I mean, what? And then and then we start to learn just a little bit about Freddy, and we learned that there was a nun that was locked into an asylum, and then I guess she was raped, and then she was with child, and that child ended up being Freddy, and then you find out later on in the movie that she is Freddy's mother. And damn, I mean, that just leaves a dark chill down your spine after they supposedly killed him with holy water. And I mean, it's just a jumbled up mess. And then they brought Nancy and her dad back just to kill them off both. How Nancy could fall for that, fall for the way Freddy tricked her. I mean, come on. You're supposed to be the smartest, in the group. Don't fall for that. You're supposed to be the smart one. Kick him in the nuts or throw him over your shoulder or something. Come on, man. Not sweetie, Nancy. Come on. You're better than this. Freddy. Come on. And Wes Craven, also helped write this movie too. Oh man. But it was still a cool idea for what it is. It's decent. I mean, it's not a great movie, but I preferred for it to be dark tone. This is where they throw the whole dark tone field of Nightmare on Elm Street down the toilet, and then now you just have a very lighthearted, a very much more humorous Freddy. So this gets three chair spins out of 5. 1, 2, 3 chair spins. So and it doesn't get any better from here and as far as lighthearted or dark tone goes. So we have a long way to go before we get to a dark toned Nightmare on Elm Street movie. But yeah, in the meantime, if you guys enjoyed my review, make sure you thumb up the video and make sure you click subscribe. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.